very appreciative of the fact that you came and you got it for him.
Yeah.
So she's like, okay, thank you. So then the woman at the reception's desk, she knows Logan because of the all year long with his headaches, and she was so sweet and she took care of him every time. So she's like, that Logan, he's such a sweet boy. Every time I take care of him, he tells me please and thank you. And I'm like, I was looking behind me. I'm like, me? My son?
You sure?
He knows his manners? I was like,
because with us, they have no clue. It's like ridiculous.
Fucking case of only use your manners. Well, I mean, I guess it's good, but just will it fucking kill you to say thank you in front of me? Like,
yes,
I don't understand.
It will. It will kill him, Christina.
What the actual heck?
It will actually kill him.
God, but other than that, just in vacation mode.
Yes.
What? Couple days.
Yep, she goes on vacation again, people. She goes on vacation again.
Sorry. And then that's it. Well, we have a family reunion in August, but
I'm just messing with you. I'm just jealous. I go away. We go in September.
Oh gosh, and then I'll be jealous because you're. But
this will be. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a cruise.
Yes, it is we're renting a house with another family in Orlando for 2 nights, and then we're going on an 8-night cruise with a group of 14. So
wow.
I love all of the people I'm going with, but hopefully
as of right now,
nobody gets thrown overboard. Oh God!
Well, we will find out. We'll see it on the news if that happens.
Yes. So
you've gone away with them all together before, or is this the first time?
Yeah.
Right?
We've gone on a cruise with one of the families that we're going with before, and me and the husband. He knows who he is. We almost had it out one time there on the cruise. We got over ourselves. But yeah, so yeah, that's about okay. So one question before I get into your week.
Yeah.
When you are going away, do you go into like crazy fucking like cleaning mode?
The house?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
I don't go into crazy cleaning mode. No. I mean, I like it clean. I like to come home to a clean kitchen. So whenever we go away, like when we went to the beach a couple weeks ago, I made sure the kitchen was clean before we left. I hate walking into like a dirty kitchen, but no, I do not go into crazy clean mode or crazy 15 fucking lists like you have. And
all of
no,
the
I don't
lists.
do that.
Yeah.
I'm a very last minute packer. Or sometimes what I do, and I did it recently, like let's say that it's like 4 days before vacation and I do all my laundry. The only thing I will do is I will pack clothes already in the suitcase. That's as far as I'll get going. Like I'll do laundry. And so instead of putting it in the drawer, I'm like, well, let me get my suitcase out. So I'll take the suitcase out and I'll start putting more clothes in there. And then that is it. And then it's like right after I get ready for the vacation. Right. And then I pack everything up last minute. Like point in case is college. And my mom, I'm sure she'll have a WTF moment for this one day. But I'm bad. I'm really bad. It was like the day we were leaving for me to go to college, and I was just packing shit and just fucking throwing things in things. And then when she came to pick me up, not only did this happen after my first year, but it happened after my second year. You think maybe I would learn or, not to piss my parents off. But like I remember when she came the day to pick me up and she walked into my dorm room and like not a thing was packed, right? She's like, hey, we here the wrong day? I'm like, nope. Today's the day. Grab a box. Let's go. Start packing. And then the worst is the second year I lived in an apartment, so I just accumulated more shit.
Oh
and again, she walked in, and I'm like, grab a box. Let's start packing.
That's funny.
I am the worst.
No, I am I have to have like my lists, but I have like you saw, I have.
Oh yeah, she has like a list for everything, absolutely everything, which is good.
It has to be all like categorized.
It's good. You won't forget anything.
Each person has a separate list, and yeah. But the cleaning, like on Saturday, I cleaned the entire house, and I cleaned stuff like that we don't normally I don't normally ever clean.
Yeah.
But it's like, if we die on this vacation and people come in our house, I need them to be like, oh, wow, they lived. One thing I had to say is they lived a very clean lifestyle.
You know what? We tell my Nana this. She has these rugs. She has rugs on top of her carpet because she has like a white carpet. And she wants to keep the rugs looking nice.
Right.
But she's getting older and she's tripped on them before. And we always say, I'm like, yes, Nana, if something happens to you because you tripped on a rug, everyone's going to be like, remember those carpets she had? They were fantastic. They were so clean. That's what that reminds me of. That's funny.
But yeah, I guess I'm the only. I'm sure there's other crazy people like that out there. I can't
You're not alone.
can't
I'm sure.
be on
My
the
mom's
way
like
home and have to think about, oh my God, I'm coming
Cleaning.
into a mess. I need everything already cleaned.
I mean, my shit doesn't have to be spotless, but it
Uh-huh.
has to be, it's organized somewhat.
Okay. All right, Diane. How is your week? Weeks?
So it's funny. I was going to talk about something, but you made me think of something else that I'm going to talk about instead.
Boy, sorry.
And, no, it's fine. And I want to talk about it because in case other people can relate or whatever. And I've talked about other instances with Liam. So it has to do with him being sick. So last week I ended up like changing a shift with someone, had to work the weekend again, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, let me make the best of it. I'm like, I'm off on this Tuesday or whatever. So I'm going to go out shopping with my mom. Like there's a couple things I wanted to buy and, whatever.
I think Tim told the story.
Oh, did he tell the story?
Yeah, he told it last week. And he even said, he's like, I'm probably jumping in on her story.
With him, how he was sick all night?
Oh, no. He told the story about how you went to the store.
Yeah.
Sorry, okay.
There's more.
Okay.
Yeah. So
the continuation of Tim's story, ladies and gentlemen.
So, and mine will be more detailed.
Yeah.
Long story short.
You can tell that was a guy's episode versus the girls' episode.
And we found out that night that Tim does not like the expression long story short.
And he was like, and you say long story short, and you say it, and you say it, and it's not fucking short.
Just an excuse for you to tell a long story.
Which was not in the podcast, so don't be like, what are they talking about? I don't remember that.
This was after an editing that he brought this up. It was pretty funny. But
turns out he'd also like a dog.
Yes.
Just to get on that day. And Father's Day is coming up.
Yeah, okay. We didn't say which Father's Day, but maybe one of these Father's Days. Maybe in like 5 years.
Sorry.
But so that morning, just to give everyone a picture, I got them ready for school. They did not want for me to make lunch. They wanted to buy lunch. And I was okay with it because there was only 3 days left of school. So I'm like, soak it up because camp, it's whatever I pack you is what the hell you're eating, you know? So I'm like, well, I have no cash on me. And they didn't have any money in their thing. So I'm like, all right, we got to go to Food Lion, go inside, get cash back, give you cash, drop them off, whatever. I get a text about like half hour later, Liam doesn't have any money for lunch. And I wrote her back. I'm like, no, I gave him $5. He should have his $5. Well, yeah, he lost that. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? So I'm like, well, I'll be there in about an hour and I'll drop off more money. So, because at this point, I just want to go out with my mom,
Right.
So I get ready, I get dressed, whatever. I pick up my mom. I'm like, Mom, we got to stop at the school. I'm going to drop off more money for Liam. So I do this. Get in the car. We make 2 stops, the bank, the post office. Now we're on our way to Cary to go shopping. We're like about 10 minutes away, and we get a phone call from the school. Liam is not feeling well. I'm like, what the fuck? I was just there. So they had fun in the sun, okay? Which is like they have all these games and activities outside, and there's like a whole slew of water stuff they do, like all different little things that they do. So I'm thinking, and I was about to say to her, it was probably because he was just out in the sun, you know what I mean? And he's dehydrated, whatever the case is. She goes, yeah, he told me that he felt like this before he came to school. And I'm like, well, that's news to me. I'm like, because he was excited for fun in the sun. So I'm thinking he really did not feel good.
He didn't want to tell you.
But he didn't want to tell me because he wanted to go to fun in the sun. So I'm like, well, I just got to Cary. I'm going to be like 40 minutes till I'll turn around, So we had to turn around. I look at my mom like, wasn't that fun shopping? The only good thing is Liam probably saved me about $150 of stuff that I probably would have bought. But still, I was really looking forward to hanging out with my mom. Anyway, so fast forward, I go pick him up, bring him home. And he had the headache thing. And this is why we missed our podcast last week. And I'm thinking he's fine. I gave him melatonin. He fell asleep early. All the other fancy stuff we gave him. And he wakes up and he starts to throw up. And that's when you got to our house. And when he threw up and then he was fine. And then he said he felt better and he wanted to go lay down because he had a headache. So I'm thinking he's got like a migraine or something, like no big deal, you know, maybe dehydration. Who knows? Well, no. So it can, and then finally, when I realized it wasn't getting any better, I told you, I'm like, I'm sorry, I have to cancel on you. This is not looking good.
Right.
Well, that whole night, he was up every hour. I don't think any of us slept longer than 25 minutes straight. He was up every hour screaming his head off about how much his head hurt, okay? And I do the thing now, you're not supposed to Google things. You really are not. And I do it too. And I work in the medical field and I still Google things. You just can't help it, you know? So as Liam's symptoms progress, it's headache accompanied by fever. So he can't get his fever down now because he's throwing up the Tylenol that I'm giving him. Yeah, Tylenol, the Motrin. So now he's constantly warm. It wasn't anything crazy. It was like a 101.7, you know, little things like that. So I'm like, maybe it's just from him heaving and stuff. And now he's like puking up bile. And then icing on the cake, he tells me his neck hurts. So when you look up nausea, headache, stiff neck, fever, meningitis comes up, okay? Consult doctor right away.
Immediately. If not sooner.
So if it was not for Logan had these symptoms a couple nights ago, there was one night Logan woke up like 3 times during the night and he felt a little warm and he complained about a headache. So I gave him some Motrin and he went to bed and that was fine. And then he was perfectly fine the next day. So it was like kind of like a quick overnight thing, you know?
Right.
So because of that, I'm like, all right, this is whatever Logan had, Liam has at times like 20 at the moment. You know what I mean? Like Logan didn't have any nausea, none of that. He just complained about a headache and just warm. And he woke up like 3 times during the night, which was fine. So here I am at like 4:00 in the morning. Tim was pissed at me. I don't remember why.
What did you do at 4 a.m., Diane?
No, it was before bed.
Oh.
We got into like, you know, it was something stupid. It wasn't like anything like, you know, it was a silly little argument well, not even an argument, just like, you pissed me off, you know? And I'll remember he ended up setting up shop on the floor and he slept on the floor. That's right. So that night he slept on the floor, which was great because then I had both kids in the bed. And I don't know why he chose the floor and not like the guest room.
Yeah, like the guest bed or the couch or the other guest room. I think he was
trying to make a statement like, I'm pissed at you, so I'm going to be uncomfortable and I'm going to make you see that I'm making this up totally, but like in my mind at the moment, I'm thinking, well, he's just going to sleep on the floor because he's going to think it's going to affect me, but it's not. I'm on the bed. You're on the floor. Meanwhile, we have a guest room and a couch. Like, I don't understand why you're on the floor, but whatever.
Right.
And then in hindsight, I was thinking maybe he was like staying up there to help me with Liam. Which he didn't anyway. Because I mean, let's face it, they always want mom. You know what I mean? That's just how it goes. But so here I am, fast forward, 4:00 in the morning. Nobody has slept. Like Logan hasn't slept. He keeps getting waken up by Liam screaming. So at this point, Liam is screaming off the top of his head, "You're just gonna let me die? I'm dying. My head is about to explode everywhere. And you don't care? You need to take me to the hospital right now."
He has such a flair for the dramatic when he's not feeling well.
He really is. The kid, I feel horrible. He really does not know how to cope, which most men don't, cope with not feeling well, you know? And he like...
Call 911.
Yep, that was with the eyeball. Yep, when he cut his eyeball. Where is the phone? Call 911. So this is the same scenario every hour on the hour about his head.
One of these times he's going to just pick up the fucking phone and call himself.
Oh, he will. Well, that night with the eye, I had to make sure he couldn't reach the phones because he was walking around trying to look for a phone to call 911. So I'm just trying to hold out because I know in my head by morning, within 24 hours, if this is really a virus, this will all be better, you know? And then on the other hand, on my Google side of me is like, you're killing your kid. He's got meningitis. He's going to have brain damage, you know? So I am just trying to get through the night. Finally at like 4 a.m., I go and get Tim. And I'm like, Tim, you need to go down there. I'm tapping out. I can't do this anymore. I'm about to bring him to the hospital. I'm getting that delirious in my brain that I'm about to just give in. Get in the car and just take him to the hospital.
All right.
So he does. Tim got up and he went downstairs. And I just went upstairs and lay down. Because at this point, I'm just like, it's one of those things where your kid is like crying. You're like, yeah.
He was done making his point. He finally found the couch.
Yeah. Well, because Liam was down there.
Oh.
So me and Liam made our way from his bed to our bed to downstairs to everywhere. He just kept wanting to move. And I just was like, I can't. I'm either just gonna start ignoring him with his crying,